important to talk about first is kind of how JD got its start, which is in 1998. What is now JD was a small offline kiosk in Beijing that sold electronics. And at a time where there were tons of these kiosks, I think people probably are familiar with Zhongguancun if you've been in China before, but at a time where all these kiosks, you'd go and haggle for prices. One thing that our founder did differently was that the prices were fixed and they were shown, so this is a fair price for a good quality product, and that's been our start from the beginning. That no fake products, completely commitment to authentic and high quality. And so that's been kind of through JD's entire history, something that's been really important for us. And also the element of being an offline retailer, since now that we're China's largest online and offline retailer. In around 2003, when SARS broke, they decided to bring the entire business online because people stopped going into the stores. And at that point, there was still offline business, but then in 2004 the entire business went online, and that's more of what you see as JD.com today. Another big moment for us was 2007. So when we started, China really didn't have a nationwide logistics network at all, and the logistics market was really fragmented. It's still fragmented in some senses, but in terms of being able to deliver the kind of logistics experience that we needed in order to provide high quality customer service, it just really didn't exist. And so we did this survey and looked at customer complaints and saw that the biggest things were coming from logistics. So you're thinking about products not showing up at all, boxes being damaged, lost, all of these kinds of things. And so what we did was decide to create an entire logistics network from scratch. At the time, the decision was considered quite controversial, even within the company. But now it has become one of our biggest advantages. And something like what you saw with JD Luxury Express is evidence of how logistics has become a big advantage for us. It's because we control the entire process from the warehouse, from supply chain down the warehouse to the last mile. And so being able to create those last mile delivery experiences like JD Luxury Express, but also the JD delivery guy who delivers your packages if you live in China in an apartment compound or in an office block is going to be the same guy every day. And so there's an element of trust and reliability that kind of goes through that entire process that becomes really important for us. And I think is one thing that the company has become known for. Another thing that's important for us is, so a lot of people, we talk a lot about being a retailer, and so that means we buy and sell our own inventory. So that's one part of our business. That's what we call our first party business. We also have a third party marketplace. That was 2010 was when the company first started that. And that's deliberately grown quite slowly in order to make sure that the merchants on there are trustworthy. So it's not that just anyone can sell on JD.com, the bar is really high. Those merchants can either use their own logistics or they can use JD's logistics. One thing I think you guys heard Lori talking about earlier is that a lot of merchants do choose to use JD's logistics because we are able to deliver quickly and most efficiently across the network. I think our marketplace now, I have to get the exact number, I think it's around 190,000 merchants, which is small for a marketplace. Another thing that's important is, you're about to go see one of our fulfillment centers. You'll see our Top Life warehouse and then another warehouse that does, I think it's small office products, kind of medium-sized office products. One thing that's really important that a lot of people don't see, and the big advantage for us in logistics, is our software and the back end of things. So, we're placing products as close to the customer as possible. And that enables us to deliver very, very quickly. We deliver 90% of first-party orders same day or next day. And we also have things like scheduled delivery, so you can choose a particular window and say, I want my package at this time. 2-hour delivery. Our 7 Fresh store in Yizhuang can deliver within a 3-mile radius as fast as half an hour. So that's as fast as you can basically get in your car and go to the store and pick what you want and not even get home. So I think that's a good general background. Maybe start asking questions, and if there's anything else I missed.